Pokemon lets me live out my greatest fantasy. Having a sumo wrestler break into my dad's place of work and wrestle the crap out of him. Yeah. Hashtag relatable, am I right? I actually love my dad.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Anyways, welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. Last episode, we beat Flannery. This episode, we'll beat Norman. Yeah. Oh, come on, really? You're the one bird? Oh, maybe a Vital Throw will still one-shot. I brought my sumo wrestler in here, and I happen to be going against a one normal flying type. Go figure. Okay. Oh, you know what? It would have been smart to bulk up. Because I should have assumed he had a Hyper Potion because he's a cool trainer. And cool people can afford to spend money. Well. This is a little awkward. I will admit. I feel like I could have handled this a little better. But I did steal 1,200 of that guy's dollars. And in addition to 1,200 of that guy's dollars, he had to waste a Hyper Potion, which is $1,200. So if we break it down, I actually stole $2,400 from that guy. And that gives me the moral victory. In my opinion, of course. Yes. Now let's go back in and hope that the next trainer doesn't have a Swellow. Accuracy room, huh? So you just use attacks that don't miss then. Like Shockwave. So could I ask you a favor, Mary? Don't use Aerial Ace, which I don't think Delcatty can even learn. Yeah, let me see how much that damage your cat is gonna do to my sumo man. Unfortunately for you, Blanca is not a good matchup into E-Honda. I don't actually know if that's true or not. I don't know anything about Street Fighter matchups. I just know Blanca's has the ability to electrocute people because he's Brazilian. I think Blanca's Brazilian. I don't know anything, really. But there were, like, so many Street Fighters, there's gotta be one of them where E-Honda's a good matchup into Blanca. I mean, you would think. Odds are, right? Why do you have a Slack Off? This is the 5th gym, and you're using a Slack Off? Yeah, get out of here. Leave. Never come back. Be ashamed of yourself. George? Hey, that's my father's name. Huh. I actually beat my dad today. I'm not gonna take it easy just because you're the leader's kid. Alright. Cool. I'm not going to take it easy on you just because you have the misfortune of being named Burke. Okay, Vigoroth. There we go. Now we're facing actual gym Pokemon. And you're gone. Alright. A little bit more experience, a little bit more money. Yes. Gym leader's room. I do not want to go through. I have other nefarious deeds to do first. Like defeat more trainers for more money and more power. Alright, it's the defense room. Do you think they're going to go down to one hit in Vital Throw? Just like everything other than that Swellow. I love Wigglytuff's design. This was just an oval. Yo, what the fuck? Okay, alright, my bad, my bad. I thought we were having fun here. And down you go. So E-Honda's gonna be level 31 by the time it's time to fight my father. I can live with that. I can live with that. Okay, Confusion Room. What the fuck's this gonna be? A Spindo with Teeter Dance? That's gonna be annoying. But if I die to a Spindo with Teeter Dance, I just don't deserve to win. Simple as. Edmund Honda, you will simply win the 50-50 and not hit yourself in confusion. It's just that easy. It's always been that easy. Y'all don't know how it's always been that easy. Excellent work, E-Honda. Couldn't be more proud of you. And we're gonna walk in through here, the Strength Room. Ooh, they're gonna do damage. I'm so scared. Oh man, just think of the damage you're gonna do. Oh no. Jody and her Zangu. Okay, Zangus could actually do a lot of damage. We'll see how you handle being vitally thrown. Yeah, you know, if you ever lived long enough to use that sword dance, I might have shit my pants. But, today, my pants sit thoroughly unshat. Excellent. I have now taken all the money out of the pockets of all of my father's employees. His company is going to go bankrupt. Just in time for me to swoop in and overtake it. I'll be the new CEO. Yes. All the money will be mine. I mean, then I'd be a CEO. Which means eventually in the Great Communist Revolution in about 40 years, I'll die on the guillotine. But it'll be a pretty sweet run up to that point. Okay. Time to fight my father. And his team that was improved from Ruby. Because in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, they kind of just went, hey, Slacking's a tough Pokemon, let's give him 2 Slacking. Now he has 1 Slacking and like an actually diverse group of normal types. Yeah. So, hello, Father, and your advanced Widow's Peak. Let me prepare for battling you. With a berry I don't have. I was hoping to give, E-Honda a Person Berry. Given that that's the Confusion Heal Berry, and he leads with a Spinda that has Teeter Dance. Unfortunately, I don't have a Person Berry. And this is exactly what I was afraid of. That's not good. Okay, E-Honda. Simply there we go. That should be an easy one-shot. Next up, Vigoroth. Okay. I should be able to set up a bulk up on this horde. I think. Yes! Alright. With the attack and defense increase, just don't hit yourself in confusion. Don't hit yourself in confusion. Alright, you know what? That's fair. I dodged, what, like 3 straight confusions between this fight and last fight? Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Alright, well... You're going to use Linoon. Wait, maybe you'll go for the Belly Drum. Nope. Farewell, E-Honda. You did your best, even though RNG did really screw you. Alright, Gex. Now you're packing Leaf Blade. That did not do nearly enough damage. Oh my god, you might lose to this Linoon. Come on, Leaf Blade. Alright, now you're going to heal. And that's bad. I can set up the Cosmic Power. Alright, there we go. My defenses will now be increased. What do you mean you're trying to go for flinch strategies? What do you mean your flinch strategies are working? That's fine. Ooh, now who's confused? I wonder if it's worth it to get greedy. Alright, so the universe immediately, and I mean immediately, punished me for being greedy. That's fair. But now, not only do I... We're fine. We're not really fine. Because, like, yeah, Linoon's about to faint. But Slacking is going to just take out Osmond. Because it knows Feint Attack. Which, wait a minute. The cheat! I can kill you again! Yeah, you're gonna use Feint Attack. You think you're so clever. But now you've gone down. And I'm free to bring in Osmond. And because Slacking is going to use Truant, I have an opportunity to put you to sleep. Yeah, boy. Now, I can at least try to do enough damage to weaken you, maybe get out your Citrus Berry, maybe get some confusion hacks, and we'll have ourselves a gay old time. Oh, yeah. Getting lucky here. Okay, we've got the Citrus Berry. Ooh, we're getting really lucky with Hypnosis here. Oh. Oh, come on. I might have actually lived that. I don't know why I didn't use Feint Attack. Honestly, he probably saw a KO. Alright. So. Slacking is loafing around. How much damage does Water Gun do? A little. Now we use Protect. And Slacking can't hurt me. The problem is I'm pretty sure Norman has another heal. Which is going to mean that this strategy isn't going to work. Because he's going to Hyper Potion. And then I'm not going to have the means to do enough damage. He's going to heal. Alright. So now it's just a matter of, do I have enough damage in Water Gun? I don't think I do, actually. Oh, and it is especially bad if I mistime the Protect turns. I didn't know how Protect worked. Alright, well. Okay, I'm gonna need some good sleep luck here. Maggie does have good physical defense. Also, Slacking's AI seems to be bugging out. That's cool. That's not good. Please don't KO. Please don't KO. Okay. Actually, wait. Norman might have thrown. I think he definitely just threw. Very interesting. I don't really know what to say here. I don't know why he went for yawn when I was already asleep. I mean, I'll take it. By God, I'll take it. I'm at a loss for words. My father's like, ah, yes, I'm going to go all out against my son. And then he just doesn't. He claims he's going all out, and then he just throws. He thinks it's funny. But okay, this fight, right here, the entire reason I taught Pelipper Protect. This fight right here. And you'll notice, it still barely worked. Norman's a tough cookie. But regardless, we made it. I can't believe it. Step 14. I lost to Step 14? But rules are rules. Here, take this. $3,100. Oh, and a bounce badge, I guess. With that badge, the defense of all of your Pokémon will increase. Pokémon that know the HM move Surf will be able to travel over water. This is my gift to you, Step 14. Facade, baby. If I had a Swellow or a Machamp or something, it would be insane. Oh, hello, Wally's father. Ah, there you are, Step 14. Please, come with me. I have something I want you to have. Norman, you don't mind, do you? Let me borrow your Step 14 for a minute or two. Do-do-do, do-do-do. I can't get over how crazy close that battle was. Step 14. Please excuse us for dragging you here this way. But our Wally's become very healthy since he went to Verdanturf Town. We owe it all to you. When Wally left town, you helped him catch a Pokémon, right? I think that made Wally really happy. Actually, not just Wally. It made me, his father, happy too. Happy that he's gained such a great friend as you. This isn't a bribe or anything. What? How would it be a bribe? Like, you're not asking me to do anything. But okay. We now have Surf. One of the best special attacks in the game. The fact that Hariyama can learn to surf is very funny. Maggie, your power grows. Man, this is a team that just won a gym battle. Alright. Let's just go heal on up. And with Surf, a lot of areas open up. A lot of optional, a lot of required. But I'm going to do the required area first, for a little bit. For just a teeny tiny amount. Gex, you lost a fucking Linoon in that battle. You should be ashamed of yourself. I can't stay mad at her. So the first thing to do is actually to go back home. To Oldale Town. Or, no, to Little Root Town. Excuse me. And talk to Mom! What is that, honey? A Pokénav? Someone from Devon gave it to you. Well, honey, how about registering your mom? Oh, I forgot to give my mother my cell phone number. Oops. Did Dad give you that badge? Then here's something from your mom. See, my father gave me the balance badge. An item that is necessary to progress to beat the game and prove myself the champion of the region. My mother gave me the amulet coin. This item doubles money. Mom 1, Dad 0. Regardless, now that we have Surf, we are intended to go east of Mauville. Hello there, Poochyena. Goodbye there, Poochyena. But instead of doing that, I'm actually still going to go east of Mauville. But not for story progression reasons. No, secret other thing. First of all, let us all enjoy the Ho and Surf music. Absolutely fantastic track. Now let's keep Honda there. Watch where you're going, we're gonna crash! Ah! This sort of distance. He's just swimming. I'm like 10. The ocean current can easily kill me. Also, very funny that these guys have level 15 Pokemon. Cause like, that makes sense for the trainers that are on land in this route. But these guys can only be fought after you get Surf. Why are their levels not properly adjusted? Ah well. And thanks to the amulet coin that Gex is holding, both of them will give me double the money. Problem. Swimmers don't have very much money. Because they're swimming. So, like, where are they keeping the money in the first place? Perhaps that's a question that doesn't need to be answered. Oh, right, that reminds me. The Pokénav can now do its other function. Match call. Any? Yes. You see the square next to Benjamin. That indicates that I can challenge him to a battle. The way that match call works in this game is after you defeat Norman, trainers that you've beaten and gotten the cell phone numbers of will challenge you to battle. It's after, I want to say about every 250-ish steps, a trigger will go off in the game. Like, you walk 250 steps, and it's like, alright, cool, the flag is active. Then, when you go onto a route that has someone that you can fight, it'll run a trigger. Or run a check, excuse me. And I think it's a 50-50 on whether or not they battle you. I think. I don't know the exact math on that. So as you can see, despite my Pokénav having all kind of calls that I can make, the only one that wants to fight me is Benjamin. That's because he is on Route 110, which is where I currently ran into. So, what I would have to do is eventually I would get all the way through here, which this feels like about 250 steps, I would say. I know it's at least 100 because Repel's effect just wore off. And since the flag is triggered, hello Watson, when I get to Route 118, and I check the Pokénav, there's a chance that the Aroma Lady or the Rockstar I fought here would like to rematch me. Unfortunately, they're some bitches. So instead, I'm just going to ride the water. Hello there, Tentacool. Goodbye there, Tentacool. Oh, hello there, people to beat the shit out of. I actually want this guy. A good rod is really good. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. I do enjoy my good rod. Oh, penis. With the good rod, we can catch new fish. If my math remembers correctly, there are 4 new fish we can catch with the good rod right now. Thankfully, one of those aforementioned fish is right here. However, it does have only a 20% chance of appearing, and I have to actually land something on the line first. Wow. I didn't actually think that would work. Carvana! This is the Piranha Pokemon that evolves into a shark. Don't think too hard about it. Sharpedo is a Water Dark type. That is a very, very good offensive type combination, and also really solid defensively as well. With, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, no one type resists both Water and Dark. Especially once Steel stops resisting Dark, almost nothing can resist its stab moves. Gotcha! Carvana was caught. Carvana, the Savage Pokemon. Carvana attacks ships in swarms, making them sink. Although it is said to be a very vicious Pokemon, it timidly flees as soon as it finds itself alone. You know, much like a piranha. Alright, now there are all kinds of famous sharks that you can nickname a Sharpedo after. Jaws, Jack Black Shark from Shark Tale, Bruce from Finding Nemo. But instead, I'm going to pick Jabberjaws. Because I really think there could not be a worse shark to name a deadly killer after. Anyways, Sharpedo does have one fatal flaw, however. It exists before the physical special split. Hang on. Oh, step 14! Looks like you have a lot of zip. Blah 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 blah, I need a favor. Can you switch off a generator for me? Surely a 10-year-old is more capable to do this than, I don't know, some kind of official representative from Mauville City. Basically, Sharpedo has good special attack. 100% its special attack stat, it's good. Its physical attack is amazing. Its physical attack is frankly absurd. I accidentally hit the A button there. But you can't really use its physical attack in this generation outside of, like, Return and Earthquake. It does get Surf, Crunch, and Ice Beam. All very powerful special attacks that it doesn't really use that well. As well, I should say. Let it be known, Sharpedo has pretty good special attack, especially for Gen 3 standards. But using Sharpedo is going to hit you with psychic damage. Not saying that it's a psychic type, it's just you're going to feel psychic damage dealt to you when you use Surf and Crunch and do good damage when you wish you could be using Waterfall and Crunch in Gen 4 and doing amazing damage. But enough about that thing. Now we got motherfucking Wailmer. Right out the gate, Wailmer nails a very important thing. It is a fat, rotund shithead. Look at him. That big, toothy grin. Round. I love this thing. As an actual Pokemon to use, that's not terrible. It is and you've heard me say this quite a lot, a slow mixed attacker. It can be right there with Cacturn, with Camrupt, with Seviper. Add Wailmer to the list. As a pure water type, it does have the defensive advantages of the water typing. And it has a monstrous base health stat. That is kind of sullied by the fact that Wailmer's defensive stats are terrible. So instead of being a monstrous wall that's hard to take out, it's kind of just slightly beefier than your average Pokemon. Wailmer, the ball whale Pokemon. While this Pokemon usually lives in the sea, it can survive on land, although not too long. It loses vitality if its body is dried out. Alright, what do I name a large fat whale? Oh, it's a woman, that's perfect. I will name her your mom. The fattest whale I know. Ooh, got him. Anyways. Wailmer is still a solid Pokemon. Or Wailord, excuse me. It's... amidst all the other water types you could be using, Wailmer kind of shows up short. But here's the thing. It's not a matter of how it compares to other water types. It's just, is it usable? And the answer is yes, if you like its design. Its move pool is, pun not intended here, a little shallow. It gets Surf and Ice Beam, like you would expect a Pokemon of its nature to get. But other than that, it gets like Rollout. It can learn Body Slam, and that's kind of cool. Yeah, not amazing. Not terrible, though. Now we're on to Magnemite. Magnemite and its evolution Magneton are the strongest electric types in the series at this point. Yeah. It hits really hard. Magneton does not have the Magnezone evolution, though, so do bear that in mind. What it does have is a really hard-hitting Thunderbolt. And then, nothing else, really. All Magnemite can do is use Thunderbolt. Flash Cannon doesn't exist yet. I think it gets Tri-Attack, but Tri-Attack's a physical move in this generation, and Magneton's a special damage dealer. But remember what I said with Manectric. This is the generation where doing nothing other than spamming Thunderbolt, completely okay. And with its monstrous special attack stat, it's going to be taking out anything weak to Thunderbolt in a single shot. Maybe even some things not weak to Thunderbolt. And though Magneton's bulk stat-wise is kind of bad, the fact that it's a steel type means it resists a shit ton of shit. So it can actually be pretty bulky. The only thing to bear in mind that in exchange for being the strongest electric type, Magneton's the slowest electric type. So it's not actually going to outspeed that much. Magnemite, the magnet Pokemon. The units at its sides are extremely powerful magnets. They generate enough magnetism to draw in iron objects from over 30 feet away. Like, wow. Alright, famous magnet. I don't fucking know. Alright, hold on. Let me try to come up with something way more esoteric and bullshit. Magnets, magnetism. Magnetism has to do with poles. Poles, the North Pole. You know who lives at the North Pole? Santa Claus. Your nickname will be Santa. Only because Delibird isn't in this game. It makes perfect sense. I think I actually don't want to hit that switch if I remember this dungeon correctly. Nope, I wanted to hit that switch. Hey there, Magnemite. Please leave. Magnemite, what did I just say? Like, we're good. I caught one of you. Alright, there we go again. Hey, there's a Voltorb. Voltorb and its evolution Electrode are kind of the opposite of, Magneton. Magneton is the slowest but strongest. Electrode is the fastest but weakest. Its special attack is actually kind of on the low side. especially for electric-type standards, but it is blindingly fast. The only Pokemon in the game faster than it is Ninjask. It's also a whole-ass bitch. So what does it do with its blindingly fast speed? Thunderbolt. And, not too much else. It does get a useful support move with Light Screen, which is pretty nice, I can't deny. But other than that, it does also explode. Voltorb definitely explodes. So what, a moveset for this thing would be Thunderbolt, Explosion, Roll Out Light Screen? I don't fucking know. Honestly? Honest to God? There are worse move pools you can use for yourself. Voltorb, the ball Pokemon. It bears an uncanny and unexplained resemblance to a Pokeball. Because it explodes at the slightest shock, even veteran trainers treat it with caution. Voltorb is another bomb. No, hold on. Hold on, Okay. Hear me out here. Voltorb is meant to be Pokemon's version of a Mimic. It takes the appearance of a Pokeball for a held item, and then it attacks you. It's a Mimic. What is a famous Mimic? How about the Candy Box from Dragon Quest. Wow, I almost forgot what Dragon Quest was called. And I'm like a JRPG fan. A real JRPG fan never speaks ill of Dragon Quest. Alright, time to just use some repels. I've caught the 2 Pokemon you can catch here. Technically, you can also catch just Electrode and Magneton, but they're at a 1% encounter rate, and Voltorb and Magnemite both evolve at level 30, and you catch them in their late 20s here. So honestly, it doesn't feel like you're meant to, actually catch, like, hunt for Electrode and Magneton. It really feels like it's supposed to just be, hey, this cool thing can happen, and it's kind of cool when it does, but it doesn't actually really mean anything. If you wanted to use Electrode or Magneton, you're better off just catching a Voltorb or Magnemite and just leveling it up 5 times. That's all you gotta do. Goodbye, Voltorb. Hello, a Paralyze here. Do I want to hit either of these? No, I don't. Okay, Repel's effect wore off. What if we just used another one? Hello there, Voltorb. Okay, I swear to God, Spark secretly has a 100% chance to paralyze, but only when it's your Pokemon that are getting paralyzed. Spark is an evil move for evil people. There's a Thunderstone. That is relevant if you are using Pikachu? Is there any other Thunderstone evolution in the Hoenn Pokedex? It's like, who evolves by a Thunderstone? It's Pikachu, Eevee. Up until this point, it's Pikachu, Eevee. I'm struggling to think of another one. I knew it, Step 14. I knew I'd made the right choice asking you. And he gives you the TM Thunderbolt. Just if you wanted to use Magnemite or Magneton, you just give this to them. Or if you didn't want to use Magnemite or Magneton, you don't even have, you can just do whatever the hell you want. It is a free goddamn country. However, before we move on to where we're supposed to go, there is another place I need to go back to first. And you'll discover that after the scene transition! Many moons ago, and by many, I think from your perspective it's been like one, I obtained a claw fossil. And with that claw fossil, I can bring a Pokémon back from the dead. Yes. Now I have to do the long, arduous journey of walking outside the building and then walking back inside the building. It's crazy, I know. And my reward shall be Anorith. I would love to give a nickname to Anorith. It comes from the claw fossil, so I shall nickname you Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. Yes. Anorith and its evolution Armaldo are physical bug rock types with high physical attack, high physical defense, poor special attack, and if I remember correctly, not the greatest speed, but enough to get by. I really like the design of Anorith and Armaldo, but they suffer from a few problems. One, Rock Bug is garbage defensively. Like, straight up, it's not good. Anorith, the old shrimp Pokemon. It was resurrected from a fossil using the power of science. It swims by undulating the 8 wings at its sides. They were feet that adapted to life in the sea. So, Rock Bug doesn't have a lot of useful resistances, and its weaknesses are especially problematic, like that weakness to water. The other problem is it doesn't get good moves. It gets Ancient Power. And, you know, Ancient Power is pretty good. I think it even starts with it. It doesn't. But it doesn't get any good Bug-type moves because X-Scissor doesn't exist yet. Rock Slide isn't a TM in this generation. And it gets Rock Blast really obnoxiously late. It's a really cool Pokemon, and it can do a lot of damage. In fact, when I did a test run of this game, Armaldo was one of my team members. And I really liked him. He was useful in a few battles, but he kind of just fell off the face of the earth around the late game. So that's why, even though I love Armaldo, he's not being used in this Let's Play. Now, while I was jabbering on, you might have noticed that the team looks a little different. Yeah, that's strange. Maggie's gone. My HM slave is gone. What's going on here? Well, Cannybox and Jabberjaws are 2 of our new team members. And Maggie, as painful as this is for me to say, was a temporary team member. She did her job wonderfully against Norman, wonderfully against Flannery, but the water type I wanted to use was Sharpedo. Now, this is not the first time I have used temporary team members. My Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow and my Geodude in Pokemon Crystal did not have a permanent residency on the team, but they will be sorely missed. But who's the 6th team member? Well, let me hit you with a neat little trick you can do. See, when surfing, levels often... Don't worry about all that you see right there. Levels have a very, very large range. Anywhere from like 5 to 35. But if you use Repel, Repel blocks Pokemon that are a lower level than your front. So if you use Repel, and something actually shows up, It's essentially, you are forcing the game to give you a Pokemon whose level... I literally just did this off screen for something. Okay. I no longer have any repels. Doing this, you are capable of forcing yourself to encounter a Pokemon that's a higher level than you. So, with this beauty, we now have this Zubat that is level 32. And, you know, I seem to... Ow! Alright, well, this Zubat has proven herself to be an aggressive sort. But that's fine. Because I remember making fun of the Repeat Ball, but it's actually going to be quite useful here. Alright, we got ourselves a Zubat. I can nickname this thing any bat-like creature. So, how about... I mean, there's Batman, but there are other bats other than Batman. Like... You know what? The only one that's coming to mind is Batman. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, what the hell am I smoking? You know, it's gotta be Dracula. Come on, baby. I'm ignoring that it's a woman. So, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, but man, it's gonna take forever to evolve a Zubat into a Crobat if you just caught it, because it evolves with friendship. And friendship is a really annoying evolution requirement. Ho-ho-ho! You guys don't have the method. For you see, as soon as Repel wears off, I'm just gonna run into one of the local Zubats. I have given my Zubat here the Soothe Bell, which increases how much friendship it gets. And I have also sent it out inside of Meteor Falls, which is where it was caught. If you use a Pokemon where it was caught for anything that increases friendship, that friendship is increased to the friendship that you gain from it. So, what I'm doing with the Soothe Bell and using it in its caught location, I am increasing the friendship points that Zubat is getting dramatically. And you also might, for those of you that don't know Pokemon, friendship points are accumulated by a whole manner of things. Leveling it up, using it in gym battles, walking with it. There's a lot of things that determine friendship points. Almost every Pokemon you catch has a base friendship of 70 points. Except very fringe examples like, I think, Baniri? So, in order to evolve a friendship Pokemon, you need to get it from 70 to 220. Which can kind of be a lot, especially because the amount of friendship points you get from doing certain things are bracketed off in kind of an obnoxious way. Going from 0 to 100 friendship points, everything gives a lot of points. Going from 100 to 200 points, they give less points. And then from 200 on, things either just outright don't give any friendship points, or are very slow. Now, with our example right here, I am giving it battle items. X attack, actually defend, etc., etc. That until 200 friendship points gives a single friendship point every time you use one. But since I have the Soothe Bell equipped, and on top of that, I am using it in its met location, the amount of friendship points I'm getting for doing this has been multiplied. So, if I use the X items 6 times each on Zubat, which is the maximum amount your stats can be boosted in one battle, it's called being +6, I will get a lot of friendship points. In order to evolve a Pokemon from friendship, you need 220 friendship points, or 160 in, I think it's Alola onward. So, what I'm going to do is just use these X special items, and I will, after some time passes, I'm now going to start using the speed up, and I'm going to heal really quick, because fainting does lower friendship points. And then I'm just going to keep doing this. And I was going to keep on doing it. And now Dracula is +6 in everything but special defense because I forgot to buy X special defenses. And there we go. That battle is won. Okay? You're with me so far. Now, I'm just going to save my game. And I'm going to run into another Zubat. And I'm just going to do the whole process over again. Should probably start with the defense. And now I'm going to fast forward through this. Keep on using the defense. And after doing all of this, things are going to get really funny. Because friendship evolutions are normally seen as this incredibly long, incredibly aggravating thing. I'm going to heal up here just to be safe. But if you know what you're doing, this works in every game with friendship, except Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, because they kind of change how friendship works in that game. I'm pretty sure you have to, like, do shit with your Pokemon. Hyper Potion, heal it up. And then, X Special, yep. And then keep on using X Specials. So if you're ever trying to get Togetic, Lucario, Avola Munchlax or Snorlax, Blissey, etc., this works in every game. Now with all of that done, there we go. Now if my math was correct, which I'm going to save in case my math wasn't correct, I now should be at around 200 friendship points. How will I get the last 20, you may ask? Vitamins, baby! Using vitamins outside of battle also increases your maximum friendship. Up to a point. Now, I spent all of my money on these proteins. I'm actually quite poor at the moment. But if I did this correctly, and I think I did, I will now use the 2 rare candies. This first one will evolve Dracula into Golbat. In a moment. Let's get in there. Excellent. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. And then, if my math is correct, this should... Yep. Bingo, baby. Granted, I did have speed up on, but I went from a Zubat to a Crobat in like 5 minutes. And honestly, you could substitute the speed up being used for me just turning animations off. It would have succeeded. It would have done the same effect. But now, I have Crobat. Not only do I have Crobat that is exactly the level it should be for my team. And here it is. This is the team we're taking to the end game. Crobat, Hariyama, Lunatone, eventually Electrode, eventually Sharpedo, and a dead Gecko. Yep. I'm a fucking genius.